I got top grades at GCSEs and A Levels, and in the run-up to exams, I relied on a few key resources that helped me get top grades. The first thing is PMT Flashcards. I mainly use them for science to help review the content. Going over these flashcards helps you to catch up on any weaker bits of each topic, and the key thing was that when I got a flashcard wrong, I'd make a note of it, as that helped me remember that bit of info from the flashcard for the future, just in case a question came up on an exam. And sometimes I'd find content that I'd not covered yet, so it's a good way to check that you've learned all the right things and you've not missed any key bits of info. And if you've not went through all the content yet, that's fine. I'd recommend using summary videos and playlists on YouTube. These videos cover the entire course, and sometimes specific papers as well, breaking down the key bits of the specification into a more simple way for you to learn. And what I loved about watching these videos is that it cuts out all the waffle from a textbook, and all you need to do is watch the video and take notes or something at the same time. You could also make mind maps or summaries or flashcards even from these videos. This way you're not watching it passively. You're actively trying to understand it by writing something down, and that will help the information stick better. And like I mentioned, there's also playlists that can cover specific papers or topics within a subject. So if you're feeling a bit behind on the content, then try find some videos or playlists. And one resource that no one told me at school, but I found really helpful, was past paper walkthroughs. Sometimes when you look at past papers, there are questions that are really tricky. And honestly, I'd spend 5 to 10 minutes on questions and not get anywhere with them. That's where it helps where a teacher in the video actually explains step by step how to approach a question, or even have to draft an answer. The videos also tell you what the examiners are looking for and how the mark scheme applies to the question, so you understand exactly what you need to do next time. If you can't find any walkthroughs online, then don't hesitate to ask your teachers as well. And for essay-based papers, I strongly recommend to find some grade 9 or A-star essay examples online, because it's a good thing to see how the best answers are structured and what kind of content they include, and you can sort of try and steal things from their essays. And something most students underestimate is using the mark schemes as a resource. I treated them like a textbook. They don't just tell you what the right answer is. It tells you the exact words and phrases you need to be using for questions. A lot of people say that you just need to memorize the mark schemes, and while that's kind of true, it's actually more important to try and understand them. That's because questions on the same topic can ask for different things. So if you really try to get what the mark scheme is showing you, you'll be able to adapt your answers and get more marks. Whenever I got a question wrong, I'd spend time looking through each point in the mark scheme and also reading any examiner's comments on the side, because comments can give some extra marks out and also tell you what doesn't get the mark. And just like the flashcards from PMT, for every question I got wrong, I'd make a note of the mark schemes, so I was able to remember it just in case a similar question came up in the future. And by the way, I'm Soumya, and if you've got any study related questions, just put them in the comments and I'll get back to you within 24 hours. And we all know that we need to go over practice questions and past papers, but where to actually find these? The best place to start is the exam board's website. They've got all the past papers and mark schemes for each subject and year. Also on there, you'll find some examiners' reports, which many students overlook. These reports go through each question and go through what mistakes students commonly made and what examiners were looking for in top answers. Reading them can help you to avoid similar mistakes in the future. I also use Physics and Maths Tutor a lot because they've got all the past papers there too, and they've also got lots of questions sorted by topic, which is perfect if you want to work on your weaker areas. You should also be asking your teachers for questions too, because I think they get some secret questions from the exam boards. I haven't touched upon maths, but I mainly use Maths Genie for questions, because they are also sorted by topic and grade. And for essay subjects, I mainly just use past paper questions. And I understand there's not many questions for essay subjects. But something I did was make notes first of all to help me understand and remember the information, go over past paper questions, and then also do some blurting for the topics that I was a bit weak on. And 3 smaller tips to help with your revision. 1. Teachers are not just there to help you learn the content. They are there for you to ask them questions. And this is something called Socratic questioning. And it's something that I did, I think, almost every day. When something doesn't make sense to you, whether that's a step in a maths calculation or a bullet point in a mark scheme of a science question, you want to be finding out the answer to your confusion. What I did when I was confused was I asked my teacher lots of questions until it made sense to me. And it sounds straightforward, but the teachers can give you an explanation to whatever you're confused about. And when you solve your confusion, that weakness in your memory strengthens. So that way, if you see a question on the thing that you were stuck on, it's likely you're going to get the marks, because you've actually actively tried to fix your confusion. Keep asking questions to your teacher until it makes sense to you. That deeper understanding makes it easier to tackle those difficult questions. 2. One of the best things I ever did when I was revising who's making revision timetables, because it gives your revision structure and it stops you from feeling overwhelmed because you can see what and when you're going to study. When you break down your study time into clear chunks and assign specific topics and tasks for each day, it's easier to stay focused and motivated. A timetable also helps you to balance your workload, making sure that you've actually going to cover everything and stops you from cramming last minute. And plus, when you tick something off from your timetable, it gives you a sense of satisfaction and it shows you that you are actually making progress with your revision. And the third thing is that most students don't realize this, but their exam technique is really bad, meaning that they rush their exams and don't actually know how to prepare for their exams in the summer. I had 5 things that helped me improve my exam technique, and I go through all of them in this video here.